I'm Emily DeFeciani in Manhattan, where Governor Andrew Cuomo gave a victory speech Tuesday night to a crowd of hundreds. Not any better, Liz and Greg, and right now they're working on dousing the roofs of these buildings, which is why everybody in the nearby area is completely drenched. The smoke is still so thick, my eyes are watering, my throat is burning. People are walking by just trying to cover their nose, their mouth, their eyes, coughing, sneezing, and this is what firefighters have to work through every day. It really makes you have respect for them. Now let me give you a look behind me at the scene. I don't know if you can even see through the smoke. It's that thick, but you can definitely see the flashing lights of multiple fire engines on scene. Every time the smoke starts to clear just a little bit, we can still see active flames on the roofs of these buildings. Well, Liz, JT, as you can see, the snow is still coming down steadily, and here in Niskayuna on the ground, we've already got about an inch or two that is sticking, and drivers say it's definitely making the roads slippery. But the good thing is that we talked to some experts and we got some good advice on how to stay safe if you do have to get behind the wheel. Well, JT, I'm seeing everything that you just listed and more. I want to give you a look at some of the damage. This car right here, I just spoke with the owner, and he tells me that he purposely parked between two trees, giving himself plenty of space, or so he thought. The trees obviously got him anyways. A mess right here. Car parts on the ground, broken glass on the ground, branches everywhere. And then right behind him, the owner of this car tells me that tonight she was supposed to be heading to pick up her wedding dress. She says she's getting married in 2 weeks. And well, this is not the best wedding gift, but both of these owners surprisingly are staying calm. They're saying, you know, this is just what happens when the force of Mother Nature runs through, and a lot of Western Avenue is looking like this right now. The business is just off of Route 7, which is to my right, and the driver actually came off of that road onto the lot here in order to pass that stopped school bus. The video shows the Jeep coming so close to that little girl, it's hard to watch. Well, JT, it means for right now, more than 500 of these big blue signs scattered across the state won't be coming down. All that they could say for now is that they don't believe weather was a factor, but there's still many questions surrounding the circumstances that led to a box truck rear-ending Trooper Van Nosteren's car, forcing him into oncoming traffic. The damage that this tree actually did, bringing down power lines with it, as well as this metal fence that goes around the tennis courts. And then I want to show you actually inside the tennis courts. You can see lots of debris, branches down, leaves. It's really a mess. And then even further down, you can see these strong winds even took down the porta potty. Luckily, I don't think anybody was in there taking cover from the storm.
I don't know if this is a dog or a little pot-bellied pig, Greg and Liz, but he is too cute. He is one of 23 dogs that were just unloaded here. His name is Kane. And you know, these dogs have already been through so much, even just the travel, but you would never know with how sweet they are. All he's been doing is giving me kisses, right?
That's right, Liz and Greg. I can tell you it's still coming down, and it's coming down hard. We're in Clifton Park, and it looks like so far they've got about 1.5 feet of snow, but we're in the mall parking lot, and the plows have created mountains that are just 2 to 3 times my size.
That's right, Liz and JT, and tonight was overwhelming for so many reasons. The sheer number of people that came out, the pain evident on every face, and the realization still sinking in of the magnitude of this terrible tragedy. I think Congressman Paul Tonko said it best tonight when addressing the families and friends of the victims. We're crushed for you, we're crushed with you.
We're all family, the whole community.
When times are tough, family stick together. In Amsterdam tonight, thousands did just that.
When we had a vision of a pedestrian bridge, I thought it would be a great stage by which to grow community. Never in that imagining did I expect that we would gather for a moment like this. So much pain in a very small spot of the world.
Amsterdam may be small, but the city's heart is huge. And right now, that heart is hurting. At tonight's vigil, tears flowed freely and embraces wrapped tight as 20 lives taken in one awful accident were honored.
Everybody knew somebody, some knew a few. I knew just about everybody.
Chris Lanzi says he was closest with Shane McGowan.
Best friend, roommate, brother, basically.
Shane had just married Erin, the love of his life, in June. Both were killed in the crash. Lanzi says he was at their wedding.
We had a fantastic time. We celebrated. We had a great time. We smiled. We laughed. We joked.
Tammy Smith says she knew 4 of the victims in the limo and remembers hearing the devastating news.
I think I screamed. I don't even know if it came out of my mouth.
Smith says she coached softball for the sisters, Allison King, Abby Jackson, Amy Steenberg, and Mary Dyson. She smiles through tears as she remembers them as young girls.
Being little daredevils, stealing bases where they shouldn't have.
Family, friends, neighbors, and strangers are all families sticking together tonight, and they say family can never be taken for granted.
Tell everyone you love them. Don't wait, because you don't know what's going to happen.
There is a second vigil planned for Wednesday night at 6:30 in Schoharie at the high school. We're live tonight in Amsterdam. I'm Emily DeFeciani, CBS 6 News.
Tonight, we're learning more about a police shootout that left a local school teacher dead and a Glenville officer injured. We now know that officer is Benjamin Ferretti. State police say he was shot in the back abdomen area, but it's still unclear who fired the shots that struck him. A 20-year-old man is dead after a shooting overnight in Schenectady. Police say Jonathan Olds was found on Crane Street early this morning. Police say he was treated at the scene and taken to Ellis Hospital, where he died from his injuries. That white object lodged in the tree is a car bumper thrown into the air during a 2-car crash in Clifton Park. We have breaking news in Schenectady, where County Dispatch tells us firefighters are responding to an active scene on State Street. We're working to learn more about what's going on right now, and we have a crew on the way. We'll take you to the scene as soon as possible. Also breaking right now in Guilderland, Hearst Road is closed due to a car crash. Giving back to those who gave so much. A ribbon cutting today in Troy opens newly completed apartments just for veterans. As Lindsay DeLucia reports, the new complex is dedicated to one local veteran who made the ultimate sacrifice.